Yes.
Bogdanov, he did it.
Il bought.
He went all in.
Dump it. No! No!
You heard it here first. Bitcoin is going to zero. When it comes out, zero.
Just hodl, bro.
Welcome to the TGH podcast, April week 3. Quick roundup on last week's news. How are you guys?
Hey,
Solid.
doing good.
All right, I'm doing good.
Love it.
Hey.
Indiana there, love it. Bit of motivation in the background there. Come on, son.
Good.
Let's have
Researching
it.
all day. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Okay, so overall, we've had if we're just looking at price, we've had a pretty damn week. Let's be real. We've hovered just under.
Last couple of hours. It's come back up, hasn't it? Last couple of hours.
Okay, yeah. So funny enough, I was gonna say, we've had a really lackluster week, and then in the last 3 hours, right before we were about to hop on, it was like, oh, here, let's pump $1,000 for Bitcoin because some whale bought a lot.
I wonder.
Here, I haven't actually been able to find all the data yet, but the volume flowing in was kind of ridiculous. He kind of, I'm pretty sure it was the same one that dumped it below 40K and then just rammed it up above again. Yeah,
it's at that point where everyone gives up and goes, right, it's over, that it's not over, and it actually revives and pumps, isn't it? It's at that very point, and it feels like it happened again today.
I saw a lot of articles last night that they were like, it's under 40K, this was the line, it's all over.
Yeah.
That's when you have to buy.
It's been 3 hours.
Yeah. There was articles saying, it's basically all over, massive sell-off, and then bang, back up again.
I was going to say this morning. So diving into the news, we can see that it was actually pretty bullish overall this week. Again, regardless of the lackluster price action, Bitcoin had the largest exchange outflows in 5 weeks, with 25,878 Bitcoin withdrawn in a single transaction, worth approximately $1 billion.
Oh my God.
Which is kind of disgusting, that someone had the balls to transfer $1 billion of anything at once. But yeah, he bought whoever this was, massive amounts. That
I
all
assume
just
there's no information on who that guy was.
No, I haven't really found much. It was the only thing I saw was that on the exchange outflows, it all happened within 1 hour. 25,878. Just in a couple transactions. He split it up a little bit, but it was all within one 5-minute stretch. In similar news, there's also another whale who's buying $1 million in Bitcoin every day for the past couple weeks. He kind of refuses to look at the price. He literally just has a limit order.
Cost average.
Yeah, he's literally just limit ordering Bitcoin $1 million every day. Doesn't look at the cost. So there are people obviously buying the dip and not even caring if it's a dip. So overall, people are still accumulating heavily, regardless of the pretty flat. We've been crabbing all week. Let's be real.
True.
So in other good news on the flip side for Ethereum, we have the first Ethereum mainnet shadow fork was performed this week, which is a big step towards the merge. Really cool news because it acts as a stress test against sinking and stake growth. And will be a critical test determining the actual timing of the merge. We will find that out towards the end of April. I think it's the April 29th developer meeting where we will actually find out if there's going to be a delay for the merge. I don't personally think it's a real delay. It was more of a misestimation because the merge is based on block difficulty and we just won't get there. And so it's more of a we estimated wrong. It's not like it's a button that we can just click.
So it's also not going to be another year or so, probably just weeks maybe.
I think the main dev said in the weeks / a month or two after.
We waited for so really long. Who cares about
it's a timing.
But there's always delays, isn't there, regarding Ethereum? In the past, there's always been delays. Listen, that's fine. Things take a long time. But what I'm saying is, why don't they overestimate things rather than underestimate things?
To be honest, I think they've done that and still couldn't meet.
They've met in the middle. They've said that it will happen before the end of the year, and it's really come down to how long will it take to hit that block height, block difficulty, and it just won't quite happen in June. So it'll happen in the summer though, is what a lot of math says. So yeah, good news there. We're moving one step closer. In totally unrelated news, inflation has hit its highest level since 1981. That's 41 years for the quick maths. It hit 8.5%, which was up from the expected 8.4, which is already kind of ridiculous. So the 0.1% increase on the expected, but that's still a lot.
Yeah,
like
I mean,
8.5%.
Just gives another reason to invest, I guess. Not keep your money just in fiat, but actually buy assets and stuff, buy crypto, buy real estate, stuff like that. Just diversify.
That was the whole selling point of Bitcoin years ago, wasn't it? Was to hedge.
Yeah,
use
Bitcoin
as a hedge, but I think it's a bit late now, isn't it, to use the money that's already inflated? But, it's never too late, I suppose, to invest in crypto, is it?
I was gonna say, yeah, the math says it's not too late, so that's a win.
Love it. What else
math says we're early, so that's cool. Math says we're really early, so that's really awesome, actually. Anyways, moving on. Circle has recently announced a $400 million raise from Blackrock. This is kind of iffy news because it's a positive sign that institutions are taking crypto seriously. They're going to start being the custodian of the USDC itself. So the $50 billion that makes up the USDC market, BlackRock will be the custodian. So they're obviously taking crypto very seriously. However, if you look at the past housing markets, that's a very questionable decision of, but what's going to happen from here. So I think it's an important piece of news that people should pay attention to. But it's not what I would call ideal, mostly just because of their past history with being custodians.
Yeah, 100% agree on that.
Yeah, they will definitely raise awareness. I think they will bring in more money, but just remember that we are here to be decentralized and that you shouldn't
they are quite
just fall back into the same problems that we had originally. That's why we're here.
That's
to not fall into
it's slowly it's slowly happening though, isn't it? Slowly. Like with
the trick is to just remind ourselves to just be aware and
with
don't
Europe. With what you said last week about Europe now, or was it week before? Europe are now tracking every single transaction over $1,000. Blah blah blah. All this is all centralized, isn't it? So. And so I, personally, my take is that you should just fight for decentralization where you can. So, that's the only way we're going to move or
forward.
Send lots of small transactions.
True. Just send a whole bunch of really tiny ones just to mess with the IRS.
Indiana, I wonder if the UK will follow suit. By the way,
yeah. More than likely, I wouldn't be surprised if they do. To be honest, the UK is known for being a bit of a sheep sometimes.
Yeah, true.
Just a bit.
Yeah.
So in regards to regulation, the next piece of news, we see that Uniswap is facing a class action lawsuit from someone who probably doesn't really know how Uniswap works. So this woman named, you can go look her up. I'm not going to, dox her out, but basically claim that Uniswap is responsible for all of these scam tokens that get created and, added as liquidity. And she bought a whole bunch in the summer of 2020 and obviously lost it. Lost like 10K, right? In things like Ethereum Max. And something called, I think it might have been Rocket Bunny. Don't quote me on that, but it was something funny.
At least it's not so Rocket, I guess.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it was better than Cummies.
They told me I was going to make money.
Yeah, and so
they told me I was going to get full cent.
Right. Yeah, and so they're trying to actually sue Uniswap, which is kind of ridiculous. Because Uniswap, based? That's not how it works. And I'm kind of hoping that when it does go to court, that she just gets shut down, and that it's like, no, that's not how this works. It is a decentralized protocol that anyone can create liquidity. It's up to you to do the research. It is not Uniswap.
It is. Yeah. But
And
you
so-
don't, I was going to say, don't forget as well, there was an NFT community who promised to disclose of stuff on a roadmap that recently was it sent to prison or fined or something?
Oh shit! Yeah, I did see that.
Couple of OnlyFans models also made NFT projects and just completely abandoned them, and the investors just took the money and ran.
Wow.
Yeah, it's shocking. But it's just another remander, isn't it, to all the investors out there, even the newbies, do your own research.
Do some fucking research.
Yeah.
We're going to actually cover a episode on how to do your own research, but just a quick note.
I think that's leading the poll. I think that will be our first episode.
Is it? Yeah, we had a poll on Twitter. On that note, if you haven't followed us and subscribed to our YouTube and follow on Twitter, please do so and keep tuned in for every week. We bring these updates. But that's leading. So, but on just a quick note, the less research you do, the more of a gamble you're taking. That's right, isn't it? Really, the more of a gamble it becomes, the more research you do, the less of a gamble it becomes. So, just as a sort of, you can gauge it a bit there.
It's a good note. I like that. So moving on to our last piece of world news, we have more accumulation by both MicroStrategy and Terra. MicroStrategy has reached 129,218 Bitcoin, having purchased 4,167 this week, which is kind of ridiculous. I don't even know how to put that into words for a reaction. Terra also purchased another $105 million in Bitcoin this week, bringing their total to 42,530. So they're at about 1/3 of MicroStrategy, and they're now two of the biggest whales in existence, I'm sure.
I was going to ask you who's holding more, MicroStrategy or Terra, but yeah,
definitely MicroStrategy. By about 3x.
So what do you guys think by having two entities holding that much Bitcoin?
See, it's a toss-up for me because there is the accumulation side where obviously that makes price go up, but then there's the centralization side of one person.
And I also like how they bought so high. I like how their average is so high. It's different.
True.
There's loads of whales out there with just as much who bought when Bitcoin was like at $1 or $10, $20. 100%. At least these
can
guys.
You imagine if Sailor was getting in at like 1K?
Exactly. It's like he'd be taking profits now for sure. So I mean, I think Sailor will start taking profits around 100K maybe, but so will we.
True.
I there's
think
even more upside to this because like Sailor and the Luna Foundation, or whoever it is, they are like more on the smart money part, and they won't just fucking dump recklessly and panic sell on dips and shit like that. So I would either see that amount in their hands than in some random pleb's hands, which will sell on every fucking Planet News.
You remind me there of like random shit coins when someone just dumps in their entire investment.
Well, if anything, I don't see them as dumping it on market anyways. They'll use it as collateral. I mean, they've said that before that they want to use it as a collateral base, which was theorized back in like 2012. But I think that'll actually come through pretty strongly in the future. Plus I don't think they'll sell. I think they'll use it as collateral.
Plus, they believe in the space as well, which counts a lot, and they've got reputations and companies and names to protect, so I don't think they're going to damage their own reputation. It's more the Anon guys that I'm more worried about, the fucking Anon whales that are holding more. And
I mean, you got millions of people watching these guys, so you know what trades they make all the time.
Exactly.
They don't really work in secret. You can check the Terra wallet right now. You can check Sailor's wallet, so that's the beauty of blockchain. They own a lot, but at least we can watch. So, okay, so that brings us to the end of the world news for the week, and now we're going to move into the TGH Picks, which have had pretty good news overall again. XCAD has recently released their single-sided staking pools. They have variable APR and lock times. So basically, you just stake more XCAD to get more XCAD. Lockups are 90, 120, and 180 days with an APR of 30, 35, and 40%. So pretty solid on the Ziliqua chain, excuse me, which is another up and running L1. Yes, it's an L1. Yeah, sorry.
Right. Yeah.
But no, we're huge fans of XCAD. So if you are looking to make your bags go to work instead of just sitting there, you can always just earn more.
Love it.
And not a super long lockup, just a couple months.
Love it. We actually got voted the rank 1 XCAD influencer as well this last week. We came in.
Love that. Yeah, yeah. They've been killing it lately.
TGH came in rank. Yeah, we came in rank 10 out of all top 10 projects of the month, and XCAD came in at rank 10, and we got top influencer for that. And we're just sharing stuff on an informative basis, aren't we? We're not like,
oh yeah, no, we're just sharing stuff all the time.
We're not shilling. We're not like, telling people to buy. We're just sharing information. So we've been acknowledged as the main people for sharing information on XCAD, which is quite cool. Good community, isn't it?
That. Yeah, amazing community, amazing founder. Really love the project and the team behind it.
Good project, really good project. Yeah,
it makes the difference. Honestly,
it does. Really does. Team. What's next, buddy?
Yeah. So now we've also had a successful Wilder Worlds sale for their Wilder Beasts, their first Genesis series. Yeah, these were super cool. So these will be playable in game, and they've released a whole bunch of trailers for this. They aren't actually revealed yet. Still waiting for that. But they sold out in 2 minutes when it went public. Yeah, so that was really cool to see. And yeah, their sales have just continued to kill it, and so we're super excited for their game release.
What's sorry, go on.
No. I was just gonna say we're pretty sure the land sale is also gonna be soon. Brackets around soon. We'll see how soon, but that's supposed to be close to next on the list, I think.
Love it.
Which is pretty cool. Yeah.
What's the floor price of those beasts? Yeah. Has it gone up a bit, or is it still?
Yeah.
Still
went up to like 0.22 now.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That's good then. That's good then.
Yeah,
still,
bumped up nice.
Still low then. There's still an opportunity there for people who want to get in early. Then still opportunity.
Yeah, there's only 3,333, and you actually get to play them as a character in the game, which would be pretty sick. So that's why
that's cool.
Yeah. Just to play as one in game would be cool. So moving on, we have our next Spin Top IDO has just been announced, Trio Engine. They're creating a public testnet for the Evermore Knights, a game they're releasing, and you can actually sign up for that now. There are links in what will be the show notes. They've just released this alpha basically for the public to get into, and you can now access their IDO through SpinTop. So if you're still staking through SpinTop, another opportunity here, which gotta love that. I've continued to stake. For, I don't know, like 4 months.
I'm staking. Yeah, I'm staking all mine at the moment. I'm not even thinking about the price of it. I'm making $500 a week staking SpinTop. It's ridiculous.
I gotta love that.
Ridiculous. I mean, it's going to pay itself back in a few months.
Gotta love that.
You've actually just reminded me that I have to claim.
Yeah. I've not even been claiming. I'm staking King, so it's 82% APR. It's been over 100% APR for weeks. Just for months. I'm just sat there, just leaving it, just left it. Forgot about it. That's the trick, isn't it, with passive income sometimes, isn't it? It's just leave it to do its job. Mm-hmm. Forget it. As long as you know you can trust it.
Yeah, true. Which thankfully we can.
Yeah. So far, so well. So far, so good. Hey, touch wood.
Yes, so far so good. Yes. So in related news for SpinTop, and another project that we are focusing on is the Unfettered. They actually just got listed on SpinTop's Gamepedia.
Really?
So yeah. So that's really good news for them. They'll be doing their IDO here, I think, towards the end of the month. I don't think they've released an exact date yet, but it should be towards the end of the month. So SpinTop might be doing a staking pool for that. I don't know. We'll see. If they're making a partner, like an official partnership with them, it's happened in the past, so I wouldn't put it past them.
Yeah.
But yeah, good to see from both sides there that we got two of our two of our picks making a partnership. Gotta love that.
Yeah. I'd love to stake spin to earn unfettered as well.
That'd be sick.
Unfettered looks amazing, doesn't it? Looks
I
really
really want
good.
to play that one too. There's a pretty good list of games that I actually really want to play that are in development right now.
That list is
the space is improving.
It is, isn't it? It is that list of games that you actually would like to play is going up, isn't it?
Yeah.
Goldfield, actually rising.
Good to see. Good to see.
Yeah. All right. So moving on towards the last two, we have Orion. They released their new virtual order books. These are called VOBs, and they are the first in the industry, helping make Orion's basically their trading experience better. You have an order book that accumulates a whole bunch of different data from sex decks and basically all OTC desks as well. So it accumulates all of this information and gives you just top of the line trading optimization for, price versus, low price impact, high liquidity, those kind of things. So
love it.
They just released that this week. There's a YouTube video for like a deep dive into like how they all work and how you can use it. And that will be included in the notes too. But
stuff.
Yeah. Huge news from them. And then lastly, Downmaker has announced their show winners for the Step app. GMT has basically caused a fork series of fitness finance.
But am I right in saying that Step app, they started making that?
It's been in development before GMT had its run and
before so they started making it before Steppen, but Steppen got it out there first. So even though they did start making it before Steppen, as far as anyone's concerned, they didn't.
Yeah,
basically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What I like is they actually secured the ticker FitFi. So this whole trend is basically their ticker now.
Right, yeah. And
So
plus they've got the boost now of Steppen.
Yeah, definitely.
That's a legitimate
huge community. They didn't have any VCs or so involved. The entire race went to the community so that they could onboard, I think, 3,000 people participating in the sale.
Okay.
So they start off with a ton of holders and believers, which are also locked for quite some time. And let's see how it goes. I'm actually looking to schedule a Twitter space with the team,
right?
Probably in the coming days.
Okay,
nice.
That sounds really good. That's alpha, isn't it? Straight up alpha. So anyone looking for opportunities, possibly could be a great opportunity.
It should launch before the end of the month. So keep your eye out because they just sent the funds for the show, the strongholder offering. So it should be soon.
Should be very soon.
Links are in the show notes as well. So
good stuff.
And I think that actually brings us to the end of the week. We've had a pretty good week, bullish news overall. Like I said, a crab on the price, but I could care less.
100%.
Let it crab.
Yeah,
I actually like it.
Yeah,
looking for
nice.
Another dip on Metis and then grab a huge bag. It's not the worst to have a crab market.
Yeah, it's that's where you find opportunities. I must remind people again. We had a poll on our Twitter on what you would like us to research, what kind of content you want us to cover. We had what did we have now? We had how to do your own research, mem tokens, risk management, and what was the last one? Can you remember?
And portfolio management.
That's it. Portfolio management. Love it. Love it. And
so far,
so we're letting you pick a vote, and then next week we'll do the same again. So tune in for that. That'll be a separate episode where we're asking you what you would like us to do, and that's bringing as much value as possible. So remember to like, subscribe, follow, and support us in supporting you in return. So good stuff. Great week. Hopefully things stay stable. Hopefully the space remains bullish, and we can crack on to 100K.
Yeah, true, and beyond.
Love it. Cheers, guys.
Bye bye.
Cheers.
See you next week.
See ya.
See you in a bit.